connector where if you all use the chat inside Swiggy, Zomato, Big Basket, Big Bazaar, and many other apps, that was powered by my previous startup. This was from 2012 to 2015, and the focus really was on only mobile apps. So we built an SDK that went into other people's apps and powered the messaging experience inside those apps. We weren't focused on chatbots. We were focused on like humans engaging back. And we were kind of early in this market. So you can think of us as pioneers in this space alongside a few other companies. So before we, like, I think we did this with Zomato, and then every other food ordering app also wanted it, right? So it was like very early stages of messaging coming into all of these apps. And it was what we call an evangelistic play, right? It was very chunky growth. The story I would have to tell my team would always be future looking, because the current traction would always be less than what we would like. We had a lot of great brands that we were working with, and some of them were giving us a lot of money. Like Target in the US was like a 100K deal for us. We had started working with some really good brands like 1-800-Flowers, Zomato in India, but largely a lot of India customers, and Southeast Asia was starting to pick up, right? So this is what we had as in terms of our customer base at that time. We actually bootstrapped this venture, and from a go-to-market standpoint, it was all purely down to hustle, right? So there was no strategy around it. It was like, hey, let's figure out who to reach out to. Oh, these are some interesting companies that are growing. Let me reach out to them. Let me try to show them what we do. We would make personalized decks and send them. One trick was, of course, that I would mail them saying, hey, I've made a deck for you. Would you like to see it? And then once they reply, I will actually make the deck. And we were starting to follow Aaron Ross's sort of predictable revenue learnings from that book. Like set up a SDR team, started doing some outreach globally, got a whole bunch of demos going, was using like a database of apps that were doing well, like App Analytics, App Annie, and so on, to understand which apps to reach out to. So there was a lot of this, outreach that we were doing, and that was the only channel through which we were selling, right? So we didn't really have any sort of inbound. We had a very, very bare bones single page website and a blog for which I was the only contributor. So we had no marketing team. We had only a sales team. And I'll share some of the mistakes and learnings on this journey, right?